It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And it is showtime. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, thank you. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you. Thank you. If you're watching me live, thank you for watching. It is showtime, the Geno Jones Show. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones channel. You and everybody that you know and don't know, everybody that you like, that you love, that you can't stand, that you hate, strangers, aliens, I don't give a damn. Tell them all. It is the baddest show in the business, the Geno Jones Show. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, share and like, or subscribe, share and like, or subscribe, like and share this and every episode. My special guest, I'm always amped. I'm really amped today, but I'm always really amped. But I got two true R&B legends, icons, and they have got together and they've got a brand new song, and I can't wait to tell you about it. And I can't wait to ask them some more questions, like when are we gonna see the video and the whole 9 yards? They're coming up in just a few minutes. But let me just get right into the show. Today's monologue. So, you know, a lot of times normally I bring my flamethrowers and I'm heating that ass up. But today, it's St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Now I know St. Patrick's Day you're supposed to wear green, but I'm like the Black Irish. I think it's like, I don't drink coffee. I think they got like Black Irish coffee. So just consider me the Black Irish. Since Jones is I did a little homework. Jones is well, it was originally, so the origin of the surname, last name Jones, please understand, it's the colonizer's surname. My ancestors in Africa, their surname weren't Jones. But the colonizers, the slave masters, somehow we got tagged, my side of the family got the Jones surname. Now that surname originated, it is a Hebrew surname that somehow got remixed by the Welsh in Wales, which is in the area like Northern Ireland. So just did a little homework. So anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there, and happy birthday to Miss Tamar Braxton. She is 45 today, and for Tamar and Tony and to all the sisters, once again, my prayers and condolences go out to you all. The loss of your sister, we lift you up in prayer. So, all right, everybody, I'm amped, I'm excited. I want to bring my guest on, and since it's my show, I can do it right now. So my guests today are true R&B legends, icons. They've gotten together and they've released a new song called Can't Nobody. Oh no, can't nobody. They may talk about it, they may think they can be about it and do it, but can't nobody do it like these two. I'm gonna bring them on camera right now. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, two icons. Former lead singer Tower Power, solo career, one of the most iconic baby making, the original Beggar song. Keith Sweat probably wouldn't have a career if he didn't have this man's song, Cause I Love You, with the whole showing him how to beg the right way. My man Lenny Williams, and the iconic Miss Shirley Jones, who needs no introduction, but I am honored to introduce both of them to the Geno Jones Show. Welcome, my sister and brother. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Miss Shirley, you can unmute there.
Hey, Lenny.
There you,
hey there.
there you
yes,
go.
Glad to be here. Hi
Right.
there.
All right, so listen, thank you guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you for joining. So I got a chance to listen to your single called Can't Nobody, and the vibe, oh my God, the vibe has got that. And you all just, you know, on that vinyl, man, you still got that swag. So first of all, let's talk about, well, first of all, how you guys doing? Because you look great. Black don't crack. That's the first thing, because my mother's watching. So I've got to always remember my manners. She said, Jeannie, you know, I taught you better than that. When you come into somebody's house, you're supposed to speak. Even when you have guests, you speak to them and ask them how you doing. But both of you all look great. So how you doing?
Doing great. Feeling good.
Yeah, we're feeling good. We're feeling good. Yeah, we on the
Yeah,
Geno Jones show. We must be doing something right. Yeah.
that doing right.
I see Lenny got that guitar in the background. I see it behind you. So let's talk about the new single, Can't Nobody. So I'm sure there's a story behind how you guys got together and how the song came together first and who wrote it and produced it. And then the idea for the two of you all to collaborate because I just love, so for everybody that's watching the show, when you get to hear it, there's just certain duets, certain voices and styles and spirits, they just mesh. And you all's vocals, your voices just really mesh and sound good. But both of y'all still got that swag. And Lenny got his swag, that Lenny Williams swag. And Miss Shirley, you got that Shirley Jones swag. So tell us the story about Can't Nobody, how it came together.
Well,
Well, since
I
Lenny
did this
wrote the
song.
song, so let him tell you.
Well, I wrote that song with a couple of friends of mine years ago, and I actually had done it right. And so Mike Austin, who is connected to both Shirley and myself, promotion man and record man, he loves the song. He always brings it up to me. And so I was somewhere down south, and I was doing a show, and this guy came up to me, and he's like, I've been following you all across the country, and I have never heard you sing that song. And I said, that's true. I hardly ever sing it. And so then Mike brought the song up to me one day, and he was like, just talking about the song. And then I said, hey, Mike, do you think Shirley would humble herself and sing that song with me? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to Shirley. And so he talked to Shirley, and she said she would love to do it, and that's how it came about. Is that how it happened, Shirley? You tell your version. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's how it happened. I when Mike mentioned it to me because I had heard the song from when it was out before, and I
Uh-huh.
liked it. And then he said, Lenny's thinking about putting a different thing to the song this time and having a duet. And he mentioned you. Would you be interested? I said, absolutely. I'd love to do something with the great Lenny Williams. And I even told Lenny that. I said, that's on my bucket list to do something with you. Yes. So he sent me, the version for me to put my vocal on, and I put my vocal on here in Atlanta and sent it back to him. And Levi and Lenny got together and mixed it. And hey, it's just tearing the charts up, and everybody's loving it, and we're loving it. And it's just a beautiful thing.
Well, Shirley not telling. She's not telling everything. See, because my friend Levi Caesar, who was the guitar player for Prince in the New Power Generation band, so he put together a brand new track, right? And so we sent it to Shirley, and I thought Shirley's gonna be put on her you know Jones girl gown and just kind of do a little And she came back singing like she was Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, and what's the lady name from New Orleans, the gospel singer, the famous gospel singer,
Shirley Caesar.
Shirley Caesar, right? And
Yeah.
I say, Lord, I had to go back and do my part all over again. That's just start from scratch, right? Yeah, and do my part all over again, and then we mixed it and she gave it to Mike, and Ken Wilson been working, coordinating together and working on the marketing and everything like that. And so we just were getting some excellent results from it. And I guess we're gonna do a video. We're gonna do a video, Shirley.
Yeah, we need to. We
Y'all
got,
got it.
that we
Y'all got
definitely
to do
got
a
to do.
video. Come on now. Y'all got to
Yes,
do a
we
video.
got to. We got to. But yeah, for
I know
this.
you heard me on the radio. I know you saw me
Yes.
in the video. Right. So we got to do that. Yes.
Yeah, y'all
And
got
get
to
that
do a
together.
video.
And so we're just super excited about it. Yeah. And matter of fact, we're going to be together in Detroit this weekend, huh, Sharon? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah, right, yeah. And so we might start a video this weekend. We might get the first takes this weekend some kind of way. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
We shall.
that's a
We
great
shall
idea.
see.
So are you guys going on tour, doing some tour dates together?
The Blues is all right tour.
Okay.
Lenny's on
Okay.
some of those
Gotcha.
dates,
Okay.
and I'm headed to DC April 1st and Philly April 4th for my show, and hopefully, we will be doing some things together over the summer.
Yeah.
Wow.
we got to talk to Delta and American and United and see if
Yeah.
we can get the hookup, and we gonna get
Yes.
together and do us a video, and then hopefully, if the record climbs charts, and people get excited about the record, then maybe Shirley and I'll be doing some dates together. That'll be really
Exactly.
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really
man,
good.
we gonna
mhm.
speak. We gonna name. As my grandmother say, name that and claim that. We gonna speak
Yeah,
that into
Yes.
yeah,
existence.
yeah.
Absolutely. We. So Lenny. Now, even though Miss Shirley, he must have forgot because he said, when you came in there and did what you do. Now he know what you've been doing for a minute, but maybe he forgot or maybe he didn't know you was gonna bring the flamethrowers, and then Lenny had to go
Yeah.
back in there. So
Well,
Lenny. Go ahead.
everybody's so used to my sister and I do my sisters and I with the kind of angelic,
Yeah.
soft but harmonies and everything. But I guess people hadn't heard the kind of more gruff gospel side of my voice in a long time. So that's what I because that song felt like it needed that oomph to it for for from the female
Mhm.
part of it, and so that's what I did. That's what
Yeah,
I
you
I,
did.
I, I brought that
You,
gruff out.
yeah, you did. I didn't know what you were gonna call it. I didn't know what to call it, but I knew what it was when I felt it because it hit me. I'm like, okay, what? That's why I said that swag. You brought that
Yeah.
Shirley Jones, that Jones girl swag to it. So I gotta ask you guys, man. Listen, here it is, 2020. You guys are still relevant. You've done this over a couple different decades. You've seen a lot of trends, a lot of artists come and go. You've seen record companies come and go. Man, what has been the key to you all's longevity? This is really like a two-part question. Like, what's been the key outside of, the good Lord blessing you all and blessing you all with just beautiful voices? What's been the key to your longevity? And what's the biggest change that you've seen in the industry? I know it's so many, but if it's one that would really stand out for each one of you all since you got started in the business, what would that be?
Go ahead, Shirley.
Well, for me, I think just loving what I do, loving performing more so than anything. I absolutely love performing and being in front of audiences and just watching people smile and loving the fact that I'm contributing when they come to one of my concerts, that I'm contributing to them feeling uplifted and happy, because the past 2 years, I tell you, have been, I think, just such a time for all of us that was
Yes.
just so dark and so negative,
Yes.
with COVID and now with the war and everything, that when people come out, I love just knowing that for those minutes that they're watching me on stage, that they're feeling happy, feeling
Yes.
good, and that's
Yes.
what I think has been the longevity, because I've always enjoyed the performance side of the music business.
What about you, Lenny?
Yeah, I'd have to say amen to that. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, just enjoying what you do. Just
Yeah.
having a calling basically to do that, and feel just feeling fulfilling that desire to get on stage and to bring joy and happiness and to people. And then I think one of the greatest changes that I would think would be the just the whole advent of the internet and
Yeah.
how it's affected the music business and sales and just being able to get in contact with people in terms of distribution of the music.
Right.
And so I
Yeah.
think that's one of the most significant changes that I've experienced. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other change for me is the audiences now. Before the pandemic, the audiences that I was performing before were older, say like 40 and up. But these are my audiences now. I got 20-year-olds that are coming with their mamas and grandmamas that
Yes.
love certain songs, because with the invention, this social media thing, so many people are into the music from the 70s and 80s where we were.
Yes.
Our music. These young kids, they're like, oh my God, Nights Over Egypt, and they love, they have just, and then they've just been Googling, and they're showing up with their mamas and their grandmamas to the show. So the audiences are anywhere now from say 25 up
Yeah.
instead of 40 and up, which I love.
Well, Miss Shirley, you went there with that album. I don't know where that album is now. Uh, it's somewhere because that's a whole nother story. I had about 5,000 albums and 12-inch vinyl,
Oh yeah.
and well, actually, I had a friend that passed away about 30 some odd years ago, and he had them at his house, and I couldn't, in my heart, I couldn't. It was just something. I didn't want to bother his mom. She lost her son, and I was like, I don't want to bother her, about going to pick up my albums. And I just never got them. And then I had about 6,000 CDs, and then they got left in the warehouse, and then I moved. And that's a whole nother story. But that album with Nights Over Egypt, that whole album, and then really, who can I run to?
Yes.
Who can I run to? Who can I run to?
Who can I run to? Yeah.
Who did I run to when that, or who ran to me when that one first came out? And Lenny, you too, see, you all were really classy and professional. You all took the high ground and talked about like the joy and the happiness that your music brings. But y'all done brought some babies in this world. I'm sure y'all done had a lot of folks. But Lenny, I don't know what the count is on "Cause I Love You." How many? Some of them kids may even have kids by now. And
I'm sure they do, but I thought
and
we
it's-
were gonna get the scoop. I thought Shirley could come with the scoop. She said when she started talking about them 20-year-olds, I thought she was gonna tell. Thought she was gonna come out like Madonna, got that 20-year-old boyfriend or something. I said, oh no,
No,
Shirley, don't tell her.
but my son was probably one of those that was made to "Cause I Love You." So hey.
Not my daughters, but I know some. I got some cousins that who can I run to now? Oh yeah, it's some who, that whole album, but that who can I run to and Nice Over Egypt, because Nice Over Egypt was kind of like that nice little mid tempo that kind of set it
Yes.
up, and then
Yeah.
then when that opening little dun 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 dun, that who can I run to, and then the harmony. Yes, you all have Miss Shirley, Angelica, and all that, but y'all had that sexy thing going on too now.
Oh, they're from Detroit, and
Thank you.
that Detroit and that Philadelphia stuff all
That
mixed up
Detroit,
together.
yeah. Detroit and Philadelphia. That's right.
Yeah.
And Lenny, you and I were talking about it. So Shirley, you were talking about how a lot of your fans now are younger in their 20s. But if you listen today's music, I'm just gonna mention two artists, Silk Sonic, and then you've got her. I mean, that whole vibe is like late 70s, early 80s. They're doing the R&B that you guys were doing back in the day. And that whole sound is what's relevant now. It's even crossed over and it's pop. And Lenny, you hit the nail right on the head. You said, and that was really these record companies on some really dumb-ish. You said,
Yes.
well, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you say what you said, but if here you said, if you want a record to be a pop success, what do you have to do? What did you, man? Were you and I talking about?
You gotta reach the masses, and when you reach, and they buy the record and it sells, then it's pop, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
So basically, pop is just a record that's selling.
That was the deal. But you said just go in
Right.
and do a great record. Don't go in trying to make a pop record. If you
Right.
just
Right.
make a great record, you ain't
Right.
got to worry about that.
James Brown went in there and did what he did, and it was pop.
It
Yeah.
was pop. Exactly. Popular.
Thank
All the
Popular.
time, and everything. Yeah.
Man, that part, please, Miss Shirley, that part right there. If you just do some great music and you have a great message and connect with people, and that melody and that groove and that bass, it's gonna be popular. You don't have to worry about it. You don't need no
Right.
formula and all that foolishness and none of that. So not
Right.
at all, not at all. So is there gonna be an album? Have you guys thought about doing a whole duet album, maybe?
Possibly. Several people have mentioned that to me, and hey, I'm game for whatever. And because I'm just enjoying the success and the people that are loving this. And hey, if it demands that, then I'm game to do it. Would love to. Yes.
I just hope I can just keep up with Miss Shirley. That's all. Yeah, if I can keep up,
It's just,
we'll make it work.
you know what? This just popped in my head. And my brain works like that. There have been so many songs that have artists, and then sometimes there've been songs that were like really iconic songs that people have tried to come back and either redo or reintroduce for a whole new generation. Now, I'm just gonna share my personal feeling, Brother Lenny. You know, sometimes when you create a masterpiece, it's a masterpiece for a reason. You
Right.
just need to leave it alone. And
Exactly.
some things you can improve on, but sometimes you can go ahead and say, okay, you know what? Let me do the 2022 version. Have you ever thought about doing like kind of redoing or maybe not changing it, but maybe add just a little something and like a little 2022 version of "Cause I Love You"?
No.
Good. I'm glad. I was.
Hey, no, yeah. Like you said, I don't think I could top it, right? You know, so I
Right.
just. But there might be some
And
youngsters somewhere that can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as a songwriter, you know, I look forward to that. You know, there's some that kid that was on the Tyler Perry's play did an excellent job,
Really?
right? Yeah.
So, cause
and the young people, they sample so much of that song too,
right,
Right.
right.
because they even know they can't do anything with that. Some songs are just best left alone.
I know, but now, if so, Lenny and Shirley, I'm gonna ask you if there's a young person out there that you've heard, if they did their version but stayed true to what you did, didn't change it, kept the same vibe and the feel and the melody, but just wanted to put their interpretation on it. Is there a young artist out there that you say, they might sound good trying to do that song? Anybody you all have that you first? Is there an artist that comes to mind?
I mean,
And as far as a female singer, I like her. I really
We
like
were talking
her.
about that. Yeah, Lenny and I.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be interested in seeing what she would do to one of our songs because I really like her.
What about you, Lenny? Even though I know that's your baby, so you don't want
yeah,
nobody
I mean,
messing
there's
with
so
your
many
baby.
so many young artists
Yeah,
out there that are good. Anthony Hamilton,
yeah,
um, uh, the guys from Silk Sonic,
yeah. Anderson .Paak and Bruno.
Anderson
Yeah,
Paak.
right, yeah,
yeah,
those guys, yeah.
yeah.
I know they just did one of Confunction songs, right?
Yeah, Love's Train. That's their new
Love
single,
Train,
and
right?
they
Yeah,
did a good
right. Yeah,
job. Yeah, they
yeah,
did a
did a
good
good
job,
job on that,
and
right?
and they stayed true to the whole vibe of it. They didn't,
Hmm.
try to get cute with it. They just stayed with and
Hmm.
just kind of,
And Trey Songz, somebody
yeah,
like that. I mean, there's
yeah.
just so many people out there that are doing it. So I say, hey,
But I
they
would.
do.
Now, Lenny, I would be curious. I'd love to see like a female version. So, Miss Shirley, I think you were on to something because I'm sure I would love to see a woman's interpretation. Sing it, like Lenny, but sing it, but from a woman's perspective. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That would be very, very interesting. Cause
That
y'all
would
don't.
be.
That's because women don't have to beg, Lenny. See, that's why I would just like to see, for once, just kind of flip the tables. Cause we as men, we used to begging. The women, y'all, Miss Shirley, y'all don't have to beg.
Hey, I know some women some begging women
You
out
do.
there.
Okay.
Quite a few.
Well, good deal. All right. So the song is called. You got to download it. I'm sure they can download it. Everybody, everywhere. Can't
Oh
nobody
yeah.
right? They can all their Apple Music, all the other places to download the
On the
single.
platform,
Everywhere,
Music
on the
right?
choice,
digital platform.
it's everywhere. Yes, it's
Beautiful, beautiful.
everywhere.
And
Streaming.
we are naming and claiming the video. And as soon as you all get the video, please come back on the show. You have, and Lenny knows this, and Shirley, you also now you have a home here on the Geno Jones Show. So anything that you're releasing, anything you want to get out to the public, you got a home right here. So.
Well, absolutely. My brother with the same last name.
Yeah, yeah, we need to do the
Yeah.
whole ancestry, what is it, AfricanAncestry.com, the whole
Yeah, for
genealogy
sure.
tree. Absolutely. Listen, this was such a pleasure. Just, man, you all's vibe and your spirit and the energy, and it's exciting for me. As a matter of fact, my mom is my number one fan and my executive producer. But don't let her know because she's going to ask for a salary. I can't afford to pay her right now. So I have a live chat room open and people jump in the chat room, and she's a big fan. She said, Shirley looking good, Brother Lenny looking good. She told me she's hoping that you guys come to Chicago sometime soon. I have to let her know. Do you guys, is Chicago on your scheduled tour, or are you still adding dates?
Well,
It's still adding dates for me. I'm doing the City Winery in both Philadelphia and DC, and I think they're talking to people at the City Winery in Chicago now about Chicago.
Okay.
So hopefully soon.
Cool. Lenny,
And I think I'm coming up to the Horseshoe, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
The Horseshoe Casino.
Yeah, just outside of Chicago. It's part of the metro,
right.
like Indiana.
Sometime in April, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, good deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, true R&B legends and icon, brand new single, Can't Nobody. Go ahead and download it, add it to your playlist, and as soon as the video comes out, I promise we're gonna have it right here. May God continue to bless and have favor on both of you all. Black don't crack, and I mean your voices sound amazing. I don't know what you all's secret is, but listening to it, your voices sound as strong now as they did, back in the day. So outside of God, whatever you're doing, don't stop.
God, and good living, and
Yes,
enjoying what we do.
Amen.
All right, Lenny Williams, Shirley Jones, thank you so much, man. I've enjoyed you all, man.
Thank you.
And,
have a blessed day.
Same to both of you. Thank you for coming.
I'm keeping up with the Joneses today.
Yeah, you are. That's right. Keeping up.
Y'all be good now.
Okay.
All righty. Bye-bye.
All right. Good people. Good people right there, y'all. I enjoyed that. I hope you all enjoyed it.
It's time for a little.
There we go. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones channel right here on YouTube. Please like and share this and every episode. Let me say hello. I got some other people. I mentioned my mom, Mary Dixon. Hello there, mother. Let's see who got. Hello, Michelle. Good evening. Yes, blessings to you, Michelle. Michael, thank you. And thank you, mother. Yes. When they come to Chicago, as a matter of fact, I will have them, they will send me their tour itinerary. And so when I get the tour itinerary, I promise I'll pass it on to you. So, but Shirley Jones is going to be up in DC this weekend, and Lenny Williams is going to be doing his thing. Let me just go ahead and just hit this button, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. All right. I want to shout out Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check him and his workout on Instagram. Kel Be Cutting Up, KelBeCuttinup. All right. Allie Jones and Bruce Gage, the official wardrobe consultants and stylists for the Geno Jones Show. Allie Jones, you can check out Allie Jones's designs on Instagram. Lexi with 2 X's, LEXXIE_, that's that line below. Nicole Designs. And Bruce Gage, just search Bruce Gage on Instagram. You can check out his Instagram page and check out his Miglio di Mario Uomo, his own personal clothing line. The drip on his page and the drip on Allie's page. That's just the fashions, in case you didn't know what the drip is. I'll let you know. His is amazing. So if you can remember this, so you can always pause it and rewind it. So Bruce Gage on Instagram is actually MIGILIODIMARIOUOMO. Miglio di Mario Uomo. All right, March Madness is all shout out to the University of Michigan. I worked in Detroit for 3 years, so I got a lot of fans, a lot of folks up in Detroit City. The University of Michigan is Ann Arbor's, about 50, 60 miles just west of Detroit City. So maybe 70, something like that. So anyway, shout out, and my man Jawan Howard, Chicago native, and former member of the University of Michigan Fab Five with my man Jawan Howard and Chris Webber and Jalen Rose and Jimmy King and Ray Jackson. So Jawan Howard went back to his alma mater. He's now the head coach of the men's basketball team. So congratulations, brother Jawan, repping the maize and blue, the University of Michigan, and repping the south side of Chicago Vocational High School. But I'm repping Dunbar Vocational High School. We were rivals. Those high schools were rivals. Back in the day, probably still are. So how are your brackets doing? You know what? I didn't even do the brackets. I just said, nah. First year, probably in forever, I didn't fill out a bracket. I just have not been watching college basketball like that. So I was like, if I can't win, because I've won many pools over the years, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna ride this one out. I'm gonna go ahead and sit this one out. I'm gonna let somebody else win for a change. All right. I hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. Once again, subscribe to the Geno Jones channel. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is gonna be tomorrow, Friday. No, we call it Friday. It's Friday. Friday edition of the Geno Show, 6:30, as we kick off spring weekend, because spring is officially here on Sunday. So really, it's like the last weekend of winter. Thank God for that. It's gone. Get out of here. Good riddance. See you when we don't want to see you no more. All right, everybody. I love each and every one of you. Mother, you know I love you more than life itself. I want to thank you once again, everybody, for watching. And one more thing before I get out of here is I always like to say, is always be blessed and pray for peace here in Ukraine and all over the world. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.